Hi, it's Paul. Let's get started with some structured text programming. Let's have a look at what I've got started here. I've got my trainer in factory I/O with some lights and buttons, and I have a very simple one-rung code in ladder diagram. If you read this ladder diagram, I've got start 1, that's my green light over here, and red upper, that's my red light over here. So then if I push this start 1, then my red light should turn on. And the way you read that in structured text is you would say if start 1, then red upper is set to hot. Let's do that in structured text, and we'll use the lower green and the lower red lights. Go over here to my structured text routine, and down here I've already got a jump subroutine to take me to my ladder diagram routine, and that's just so that both of these routines can run. Okay, I want to go if, and when you start typing in Studio 5000, it gives you hints at what you might want to use. So if, and I want to use that lower green button, so that's start 2. And it gives me some hints, so I want start 2. So if start 2, then red lower, I need to set that to hot. And to do that, I need a colon equals 1. Semicolon to end my sentence. And then I need to close that, so I need an end if. Okay, if start 2, then red lower is hot, end if. Let's go online and see if that works. Alright, that's downloaded. I'm going to go into run mode and connect factory I/O. Now let's watch what happens here. Every time I push start 1, my red upper goes on, and you can see here start 1 goes hot, red upper goes hot. So that's as expected. Now let's go to my structured text, and when I want to see what's going on with my inputs and outputs, I need to click on the goggles up here. And what that does is that shows whether things are hot or cold. So start 2 is cold and red lower is cold. Let's see what happens when I push it. They both go hot. I let go, and notice here that start 2 went cold, but red lower stayed hot, and that light stayed on. So now I can't turn it off because I have nothing to turn it off. This is a really important feature or quirk, whatever you want to call it, with structured text. With ladder diagram, when you turn something on or send a signal, it sends a signal and then it goes away when the input goes away. So this start button, when I push it, it goes hot and my light goes on. When I let go, everything goes cold. With structured text, you turn things on and then you have to go back and turn them off. So you can't just use an if-then statement, because it'll turn something on and you'll never turn it off again. Okay, I'm going to do an online edit, so I'm going to right click here and go to online edits. I'm going to start a pending edit, and I'll just turn off those. So if start 2, then red lower. Now I'm going to put an else. And I'll do my red lower equals 0. So if start 2 is pushed, red lower goes on. If it's not pushed, then red 2 goes off. Now I've got a pending edit. I have to right click, go to my online edits, and down at the bottom, finalize all edits. And you can do that online edit with any language. Sometimes Emulate doesn't like online edits, so sometimes it can mess you up. So try it if you like. Sometimes it's better just to go offline, do your edits. Okay, I push my top button and ladder diagram works as expected. Now my bottom one, when I push it, it goes hot. Let's look at my tags. When I push it, it goes hot. When I let it go, my else logic kicks in and it goes cold. So now both of these are working the same. It's very different with structured text that when you turn something on, it stays on, or when you make something hot or you enable something, it's always going to stay on until you turn it off. With ladder diagram, it stays on while you push it and then it goes off. So those are two real big differences. Now, the other thing I would suggest when you get started with structured text is stay away from, there's a lot of more complex ways to program. You can use whiles and for statements, and you can create a lot of complex program, such as you can use an if and then an else if and then an end if, and there's cases. There's a lot of different things you can do, but when you get started, just stick with the basics. Do it kind of like ladder diagram is done. You have a if, then something else happens. If you want, let me do one more thing. Go offline, it's easier. If I wanted to have two conditions to turn on that light, I could put in my branch over here. And put in a second condition, and that might be maybe my reset button. There's my top reset button. So now either one of these can turn on that light. This is an OR logic. If start one or reset one are hot, then turn on that red light. With structured text, what I have to do is, I'll put these in parentheses just to make it easier to read. I'll say if start to or reset to, then red light, else red light goes off. So there's a simple OR statement. I could have used an AND statement, and that's probably enough for now. Okay, so check it out, see how it works for you, and have fun. Talk to you soon.